Let's move on to a story about the prison industrial complex, shall we? It's always fun to talk about the prison industrial complex. Well, Think Progress has a report up on how 8 inmates in a for-profit private Idaho prison that's owned by CCA, which we've talked about them before. CCA is the Corrections Corporation of America, one of the largest for-profit prison companies in the country. 8 inmates are suing because they claim that the for-profit prison corporation, CCA, they're claiming that CCA is partnering with violent gangs in the prison to save money. I'm not kidding. CCA is apparently partnering with violent gangs. Reading from Think Progress, quote, "The inmates also contend that CCA officials use gang violence and the threat of gang violence as an inexpensive device to gain control over the inmate population, according to the lawsuit, and that housing gang members together allows the company to use fewer guards, reducing payroll costs. The complaint alleges that CCA fosters and develops criminal gangs," an attorney representing the inmates said in a statement. Look, maybe, reading this story, it goes to something I say often when talking about horrible things in our society. It makes me think that maybe, just maybe, there are some things in this world that we shouldn't have to make a goddamn profit on. Maybe, just maybe, profiting off the incarceration of our citizens is one of the things we don't need to make money off of. Maybe profiting off of the incarcerations leads to things like cost cuttings, like the cost cutting action of friggin' for-profit prison companies partnering with friggin' gangs. Maybe some things in this world and this society should be beyond profit. Because when we think that we have to have a profit off of everything, including jails, it leads to some horrible excuse of a human being, some horrible CEO, some horrible friggin' executive to think, wow, aren't these prison guards expensive? Wow, all these prison guards are sure expensive. Wow, I wonder how we can squeeze even more money out of this prison. How can I know. I'll let the prisoners run security in my for-profit jail. And since CCA is a for-profit company, since they are a corporation, they have a duty to their shareholders to make as much money on this prison as humanly possible. And if that means that they partner with violent criminal gangs, well, that's capitalism, isn't it, folks? That's capitalism. Do we really have to profit off of every single goddamn thing in our society? Is there anything in our country that should be beyond the profit margin of some damn bastard CEO, huh? The taking away of a member of our society's freedom, the imprisonment of citizens of our society, the imprisonment of citizens is one of the most sacred powers that we as a society bestow in our government. The power to take away a citizen's freedom. The power in states with the death penalty to take away a citizen's very life. Life and liberty. Life and liberty. Look, the Declaration of Independence says life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Not life, liberty, and the pursuit of millions in profit for corporate prison-owning CEOs. Some things need to be beyond profit. We'll be right back.